I got to share a prophetic dream I had March 31st, 2020. I had planned on staying off here for a while because I just feel drained from all the stuff that's going on. I can't seem to get away from hearing about the crap. But anyway, but I promised y'all I would share all prophetic dreams. And I just prayed to the Most High and told him I was going to share this prophetic dream. But I don't know if I've ever mentioned this. I probably didn't. But in this is before I'm going to share the dream. A lot of times, like on two different occasions, in the spirit, in visions, I've seen chariots, you know, flying around, and I've also seen the cherubim, how it actually says the Bible how they actually look with the four faces twirling around. I've seen that in visions before, and I'm wide. And in visions, you're wide awake. You're not asleep at all. You're just able to see the stuff that other people cannot see. And I had a dream. Now, I'm going to tell you about a dream I had. It was almost 2 years ago. And then I'll tell you my prophetic dream I had March 31st, 2020. Well, 2 years ago, I had a dream that a chariot had pulled up over top of my auntie's house. And as soon as I turned around and looked at it, I dropped to my knees immediately and started repenting for all my sins. And I was shaking, and I was terrified because if, like, when the chariots pull up, when he said every knee's gonna bow, oh, he ain't playing. Every knee is gonna bow. You're gonna drop to your knees. I dropped to my knees in the dream. It was scared in the dream, and I had wondered, like, why was I standing in my auntie's yard when the chariot pulled up? It was so big, I can't even really explain how big it was. It's almost like bigger than, like the size of a state. And this was one chariot, the size of a state. That's how big it was, if I can, explain a little. And it was round and it was black. And it was kind of thick too. And it was only the front part of it that pulled up. And it scared the living crap out of me in the dream. Then, in the dream, I was on the phone, and I said, is she here yet? And when I turned around, they was pushing a casket in to a church. And, where people sit at the funeral. Or where the church is, not the church, where the caskets sit at the funeral, in the front of the church, front of the pulpit. And so, I still didn't know who was in the casket. It wasn't open or nothing. Then after this person died, he had shown me he was going to, take my auntie. But after she died, I was walking around in her house, and I went upstairs in her house. And I went into all these different rooms. I was like, I didn't know it was this many rooms in here. And so when I came down, my auntie was standing there, and she was like a mannequin. And a mannequin means you fake. And the Most High thought she lived a very fake life, and she was very fake. And I started dancing around her. And he said, that means I have victory over the enemy. I had no idea that my auntie was my enemy. I believe she's the reason why me and my cousin didn't get the $400,000 of my grandma's pension money that was promised to us. She stole the money before my grandma died. And I really believe it because she started an argument with me, talking about I wasn't going to get nothing. I've been to probate court. I'm like, why are you at probate court? And you don't even have nothing to do with this. But she somehow got that money. And she couldn't have got it all. Like, if you take pension out before you die, you don't get the whole 400,000. And then she had got off Section 8, and I was like, who is paying your, I'm thinking this all to myself, but I didn't worry about it. Because they said I could still, go figure out, go argue what happened, why was the money not given to whose names was on the pension. But I'm not even worried about it. I swear I'm not. I don't even want it. Because if you went through all that to steal from your sister and your niece, and you have died. She passed away. I think they said she choked to death during surgery, and that's a slim chance that happens. Usually they'll stop the surgery when somebody is choking or whatever. And she was older. She was I don't know, 60 something. That ain't even really that old, but she was getting old. But I loved my auntie. You know, she's been around since I was born. But I had no idea she was plotting on me like that. But the reason why I'm telling you this, all right, in the dream I had March 31st, 2020, I was at one of my older auntie's houses. She's not living no more either. And me and a cousin of mine, I don't really speak to my cousins either, but me and a cousin of mine was on the porch. And I had on some sunglasses at nighttime. And I was like, you see that? And she's like, no, I don't see it. So I took the glasses off and I looked, and I didn't see nothing either. I put the glasses back on, and it was chariots, about maybe 25, maybe at the most. Chariots was floating all in the air. And I was like, and I took the glasses off again. I was like, you sure you don't see that? She was like, I don't see nothing. And I put the glasses back on, and it was chariots. I was like, what? And then other two family members pulled up, and they looked like they might have been on pills or weed or something. They looked high or whatever. But, you know, it was just a little short dream. But I guess it was showing me, you know, my salvation was coming. Because I always thank the Most High for salvation. I always thank Him for waking me up to the truth. And I'm excited to help push this truth and help try to wake up as many people as I can. But if anything, during the tribulation period, we will be picked up by the chariots. No false way Jesus is not coming to scoop nobody up out their clothes like the Christian rapture thinks is going to happen. That's not going to happen at all. And yes, I do believe, you know, the Most High is going to, you know, save His people. But let me see what I was saying. That's the second time though I've dreamed about chariots, and then like I said, I've seen some in visions as well. But it's just weird because one time I was doing something I had no business. This is before I woke up to the truth, and I was sitting in a room, a dark room with sunglasses on, and I took the sunglasses off. Wasn't nothing going on. I put the sunglasses back on. I could see people walking in and out of different portals. And I told my son about this. I said, man, I threw them glasses away. I was like, I don't know what is really going on. But it's weird that I dreamed that. And that's what was happening in the dream. Like, I could see. And another thing that's crazy, my daddy told me he had a dream. This is before I stopped talking to him 4 years ago. He had a dream. He was trying to look through my sunglasses and couldn't see nothing. I was like, cuz you cannot be all in my spiritual business. Like, he used to tell my auntie I'm supposed to repent to him first before I repent to the Most High. I was like, he made that up. But he can't see into my life. He can't see what I'm thinking or how I'm feeling. You know what I'm saying? And I think he wants control over how how my salvation is going. I have a very good relationship with the Most High, I believe, and I believe it can get better, you know. But like I told you, I've actually got to see Him in the spirit, and I didn't see His like face, but He was sitting on the throne, so I knew that was Him. But I just wanted to tell y'all that prophetic dream, and I'm going to share anything prophetic that He sends. I will definitely share those dreams.